Yes, you read the title right. Soul is skipping theaters and going over to Disney Plus. Let's talk about this. Hi everybody, Bloodman Bobby here. So you heard right, Soul is skipping theaters and heading to Disney Plus. The movie will be coming over to Disney's streaming service on Christmas Day, December 25th. And unlike Mulan, you won't have to pay an extra $30 to watch it. Basically, as long as you have a Disney Plus subscription, you can watch the movie. Variety said that the film will be released theatrically in international markets where Disney Plus isn't available. And the website also said that the news comes after Cineworld announced they will temporarily shutter all 536 Regal locations. So in the case of Soul, I didn't think it would come straight to Disney Plus, mainly because when movies started getting pushed over to digital because of the coronavirus, I really wasn't sure if Soul would be a candidate because most of the movies that were either didn't have much box office potential, or they were just coming out at theaters, or they were just experimental enough to try on digital. I know Disney has released Onward, Artemis Fowl, and the Mulan remake on Disney Plus. In the case of Onward, I felt they did that without charging extra because Onward was just leaving theaters at the time. In the case of Artemis Fowl, I think they suspected that it wouldn't make a huge box office return. From what I heard other people say, it's a really terrible movie. And in the case of Mulan, they were charging that $30 extra on top of a usual Disney Plus subscription. And also because I felt Soul would be a movie they would want to save for theaters because I felt it did have a lot of box office potential. Not only was it a Pixar movie, but it was also being co-directed by a Oscar winner, Pete Docter, who helmed Up and Inside Out, both big box office successes, and it also had some really big stars in the movie, including Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey. So I just wasn't really sure if they were going to do it with Soul, but now they have. And I think another reason they did this with Soul was because I think Disney wanted this movie to qualify for award shows like the Oscars, and especially since I talked about in a previous video, the Academy said that they're going to, at least for this year, going to consider movies that were not released theatrically. As long as it had a planned theatrical release, they would consider it. And I personally would have been fine if Disney just said, hey, we'll release this movie in 2021. I'm a person, whether it's a video game, movie, or TV show, I basically believe, hey, if you have to delay this thing 6 months to a year to make it a better product, then I'm all for a delay. But I think one of the reasons why Disney said we have to release it at some point in 2020 was to qualify for award shows, especially December 25th, 2020 date. Not only could this potentially be a good watch for Christmas, but I think another reason, but when I think of that date, I also associate December 25th with being one of the last times movies could be released to qualify for the Oscars. But I am interested in checking out Soul on its December 25th date. It mostly to review the movie, but I also think the movie looks really interesting. I really like the animation style the movie is going for it, and the acting looks really promising, and also being helmed by a really successful Pixar director, so I'm really curious to see what he's going to do this time with Soul. I almost said Inside Out. But as for some other big animated movies, I'm also really curious to see what's going to happen with Connected and The Croods: A New Age. In the case of The Croods: A New Age, I kind of think that the movie will still be released in theaters on November 25th. And the website Deadline says that they think that the movie will still be released in theaters on November 25th, but will come to video on demand services in time for Christmas. And I think that's mainly because of the new theatrical release deal that Universal has with AMC. Basically, what it means is AMC is allowing Universal's movies to have shorter release windows. So I think that Universal's going to go down that road. I don't think Disney would do that with Soul because I know that Disney is not a supporter of that deal. And in the case of Connected, I kind of think that it could be a likely candidate for an earlier than expected digital release, especially since when Sony Pictures Animation announced that the movie was going to be delayed, they weren't very specific about when they would release it, but they did specify that they're still looking into releasing it in 2020. So I suspect that Sony Pictures is having those meetings right now of what do we do, should we go ahead and release it, or should we push it back even further, or will the coronavirus pandemic get better to a point where we could potentially release this in theaters? So we'll have to see how it goes with those two particular movies. But with the coronavirus situation still ongoing, and one of my YouTube subscribers informed me that movies still continue to get delayed. Movies like Denis Villeneuve's Dune, I hope I pronounced his name right, and The Batman, some of these movies even getting pushed into beyond 2021. I mean, I could see why Disney and Pixar said, yeah, we're going to have to take Soul out of theaters and release it on Disney+. Again, I would have been down to see it in theaters, but with everything coming in on them, things like how the coronavirus situation is still an ongoing thing, as I think I could see why Disney has decided to move Soul over to Disney+. But I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you personally think? Are you going to check out Soul on Disney Plus when it comes out on December 25th, or do you think it should have been delayed? Let me know all your thoughts down below, and until next time, this has been Blood Moon Bobby, and thank you all for watching. Hi everyone, thanks for watching this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos, and ring the bell to be notified about my latest uploads. Don't forget to follow me on social media for my latest opinions and video updates. I hope to see you next time.